welcome back to this week's Real Country File. Anyway, we'll see what Stephen's up to in a bit. Angela has been visiting Cheshire Farm Machinery's open day, so we'll check out what she's been up to in a minute. But if you remember, Angela was at University last week. This week, I visited Reaseheath College, which is now also got a university within it as well. So I went around their engineering department, so let's go and have a check out of that. Might not fit it all in one episode though. So at Reaseheath, and there's a lesson going on behind, so we're being quiet, but they've got some chrome balers in. How cool is that? It's like a power pack with all the spool valves on, PTO, isobus, so that they can run everything up. See the screen. Run the baler up and basically learn all about it. We've got two of them in as well. So we're in one of the workshops, and they've got, is this five Iveco engines, and then in here they've got 10 switches which they can make 10 faults. So they can make it so it's running rough or something, and then the students have got to then try and find out why it's running rough, either with a Texas sort of diagnostics box plugged in, or the workshop manual, or none of it. But you can make it so that all 5 engines are all running but all got the same fault on it, and then you can put the students in teams or on their own and see who fixes the fault soonest, and then give them another fault to find, or just give them all 10 and give them a nightmare maybe. So we're in another workshop now at Reaseheath, and they're splitting some final drives off the end of a David Brown that they're doing up, and it's in a similar kind of level of in-bitsness as the 1690 we've got, apart from the wheels have been painted. And over here there's a Massey 135 that's getting some TLC done to it as well. So just stripping that down. It'll be interesting to come back when they're actually all finished at the end of the term. What's it called? The stores?
Yeah,
engineering stores. So when you need your tools to the day, you either wheel one of them trolleys, but if you need something special, then, sorry, I forgot your name. Jenny will get it for you. So we're going to test her now, see where she knows where everything is, because in our workshop we don't know where anything is. So if we wanted a 13mm 9/0 nut and a 38mm 3/4 drive socket, go! See how long it takes. I shouldn't have said socket, I could see him, so I knew it was close. I should have done that. Is there any missing? No? Oh, look at that. So there we go. 13mm 9/0 nut. But that'll be M8, will it?
M8, yeah.
How good's that?
M8 nylock.
Do you want a job? Brilliant, look at that. See, nylock means it's got that plastic on the top, so it means it won't vibrate loose. Really? You learn something new every day. This is one of the workshops that they do basically car mechanics in, so they get cars that have been in accidents but obviously still run, so that they can take them apart, see how everything works, all the gearboxes, all the engines on them. So there's just a few in here now in bits. So this is the hydraulic test rigs then, to big pumps underneath and tanks, and all the different fittings, and all the different valve blocks. Now look at that, it's like a joystick out of a telehandler or something. But all on quick release, so you can plug it all together. That one off a hedge cutter.
So you can do mechanical, pilot and electronic control as well.
Yeah, all the solenoids as well. Oh, and are they little rams that they can plug into?
The steering and yes. So you can make adjustments on there, so you can set the manifold pressure on there and return back to tank, and then put restrictions in place and look at the flow meter. Start to restrict the flow. As you start to restrict the flow, you can watch the pressure start to increase until you actually
hear the pump growling as well.
And then you'll shut off when it gets to. They won't go any higher than 50 bar.
But if you wanted, you could then plug something in there, put a ram in and plug something else and a spool and work it and do
it. Well, over here we've got rams on each of these. If we wanted to.
Oh yeah.
And you can start to look at the balance rams, look at the different pressure readings you get off each side of the ram.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously on the rod side, and then on the cylinder side, you also get differential pressure because you've got with Pascal's law.
This is where they practice welding. So they've got, I think, 10 MIG welders and all the extraction. So they learn how to MIG weld. Then in there, we've got some lathes and some milling machines. Don't know whether we go. In fact, they're just stripping out to put some new lathes in. So there's an old one still there, an old milling machine. And then the other side of here is, look at all scraps of metal, is arc welders. And then there's this octopus of extraction pipes up there, which is like some sort of crazy manifold to extract the fumes outside, because obviously if you've got 20 welders going in here, it's going to smell a bit. These are some of the welding that they've done. They practice doing all different angles. But I think they should practice welding upside down without swearing. In the rain, in a puddle. Amazing stuff going on at colleges now. I think if it had all that stuff when I left school, I would have probably gone to college. I didn't really get time to go. Anyway, let's see how Anne's got on this week, visiting Cheshire Farm Machinery for their open day.
Like a good open day. You get to look behind the scenes and you get to learn more about the products and services that are for sale. So today I've come to an open event at Cheshire Farm Machinery to have a look at what they've got on display and obviously to take part in some hospitality as well. So Andrew, you're part of Cheshire Farm Machinery here. So how long have you actually been at this site?
Nearly 6 years now we've been here. This was a redundant farm, and we've slowly turned it into Cheshire Farm Machinery. This was probably was a shipping actually at one point. Behind, well, you can see the odd little place where a gas lamp would have sat. We've turned this into the parts department, re-roofed it, new floor, offices, and then we'll go on to the rest of it and see a bit more. This is our main workshop, which has been extended. So we started off with this building and we've gone on to the larger one. So on display here we've got spreader bale and Deutz Fahr, Sammy tractors, Kubota tractors. We also do Kubota lawnmowers. That's the new little ramp we've purchased to work on the little ones. We've got onto the Manitou section, which is more outside, will come later. Cavernland. Sunward excavators is a new thing for us. We've decided to dip our toe into the world of excavators rather than just be solely involved in agriculture. This is a Brocken trailer over the pit. So because we do more and more work on trailers now, we thought when we extended the workshop, we put a proper inspection pit in with a 20-ton air jack so that we can offer a full service.
Right, now I've just stepped in front of this caution steep ramp sign, and I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but it's actually a really steep ramp going down to the bottom. So Andrew, this is a deliberate ramp, isn't it? Tell us what it's for.
It is, and I haven't fallen down it yet. This is for testing the handbrakes on tractors and telescopic handlers, because you can service things and you think you've done everything to the best of your ability, but this is the final test. And if it rolls down on this, you've made a little bit of a mistake.
Andrew, I've noticed that this baler is attracting some particular interest, and yeah, it seems to actually be quite a good price. So tell us a bit more about this.
Yeah, this is a Vicon RV5216. It's a variable chamber baler, so it'll make a round bale to various sizes. This one is at a very good price because this was built pre-COVID and pre all the steel hikes in prices that we've seen, because steel has gone through the roof. It's doubled at one point. It's come back a little bit now, So this baler's probably £5,000 cheaper than if you wanted a new one today. But it's brand new. It's still got the 2 years warranty with it, and still got a finance package with it as well. So it's a very, very good offer.
So we've got a bit of a competition going on here then.
Well, there's actually several competitions around the site today. This is one that Jim's come up with from Manitou. Has guessed how many balloons are in the cab. He did know exactly how many were in the cab, but he's popped most of them, getting them in the cab. So now we've no idea how many, so we're going to have to count on the way out.
Yeah, that's the job at the end of the day,
Yeah.
counting your balloons. So Cramp have got a trade stand here as well, and we're just promoting the racking and the different aspects that you can have in terms of nuts and bolts. But yeah, we've just been learning more about these barcodes on the packets. So if you just scan a barcode on the label, then it brings up the actual product from the barcode. You click on that and it goes straight to your shopping basket.
And this is the easiest way to stock up your workshop.
Mike's come along here to the open day to have a look round. And Mike, what's your little dog called?
He's Oscar.
Oscar. Hello, Oscar. Looks like you're having a good day.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mike, whereabouts have you travelled from?
We've come from Cheshire.
Okay,
Oakhanger.
great. Yeah, so not too far off in that case then.
No.
And is there anything in particular that you were hoping to have a look at the open day today?
Probably one of the big Deutsches.
So it's a fact-finding exercise,
yes, it is, yeah.
predominantly. Right, excellent. And I must compliment you on your headgear.
Headgear.
I love this Farm Mart hat. I think it's one from my company, which you must have received at a show.
Yes.
Possibly. So hopefully that's kept your head warm over the winter.
Best hat I've ever had.
Oh, excellent. Right, so now we're chatting to Rick from Sunwood Excavators. So Rick, what is it that you're showcasing here today?
We'll be showing our range of Sunwood excavators. We have a 3.5 ton machine here, have a 1.8 ton machine, and outside in the demonstration area another couple of machines that customers can use. Already had some very interested customers, first time they've seen the brand. But for example, this 2.5 ton machine runs with a Yanmar engine. Very useful around a general building site or on a farm because it's quite a compact machine, gets into spaces with the zero tails, it can work close to buildings, and it's very useful for cleaning up. Also, you can get certain attachments, an auger for example, or a wider bucket, and it just becomes a very, very good general purpose machine. Very compact cab, adjustable seat, adjustable armrests. This machine has the possibility for 2 auxiliary lines, which means you can run different attachments. And it's just generally a very, very economical and useful addition to anybody's fleet.
So on this week's The Real Country File, I've come along to see a guy I've been buying lamb off for quite a few years, John Holt from Elmshire Farmers Market, where I know you from, John. But tell us where we are in the world.
Yep, we're at Greathouse Farm in Elmshire, up on the side of Tor.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, it's nice on a nice day.
Yeah, well, today's not a bad day for February in Lancashire.
It's a good day.
Tell us a little bit about how many acres and what kind of animals you keep on the farm.
We're about 400 acres. We'll have 750 sheep, all old-fashioned, English breeds really. So they're bred for taste and tenderness rather than conformation and muscle.
All right. So what kind of sheep? What breeds are we talking about that you have?
We start with a mule, which is the Swaledale Cross Blueface Leicester, and then we put a Suffolk onto that, keep the replacements, and then we put a Polled Dorset then onto those.
Okay.
So it's a mishmash of all old English breeds.
And how long has it taken you to kind of get to that being the ideal of what you want? Because you've got a direct link to your customers, haven't you? Yep. So they know what tastes good.
Yeah.
So they give you that feedback. How long does it take you to?
20 years.
Right. Okay.
At least 20 years. Yeah.
So that genetics, that breeding and genetics and introducing, that's been like a gradual process.
Thing. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And how long have you been farming?
Well, since I was
So more
it was about 5.
So more than 10 minutes then
Yeah,
for
just
a
more
while.
than 10, yeah, about 6 years.
And how much has it changed with that then? With, you know, what kind of sheep did you have when you started on the farm?
Well, we started off with hill breeds for a start, and then we just went on to the mules, but we just sold them all at the auction, you know.
Okay.
We were milking 120 cows then at that time, and then we got doing the markets and doing everything, and then it just kicked off.
Okay.
So then we sold the dairy cows as they calved, and that was the end of those.
So you focused on sheep,
Yep.
Primarily because of what you did on the markets and you were selling direct.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing them?
The markets.
Yeah.
Started just before foot and mouth in 2000.
Right.
Yeah.
So 23 years.
Yeah, 23 years. Yeah.
And how many markets do you stand?
We do 9 markets now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've learned, I'm guessing, with a few mistakes. If there's any farmers out there listening who are thinking, you know, I fancy, you know, standing at a market, and we know that customers prefer it when it's actually the producer that talks to them.
Yeah.
You got any hints and tips for farmers who might be thinking of?
Yeah, don't do it. It's hard work. It was easier just farming, but I don't know really. You just got to put a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
And push a lot. Yeah. That's all I can say really. It's just hard work.
Do you ever try and like prejudge a trend? Like, I'm guessing lamb burgers, so you'll be thinking barbecue.
Yeah.
But do you ever does it ever like, oh, I've only had another 100 of them, I could have.
Yeah, it's really weird this year though. We haven't sold the burgers in the summer like we generally do.
Okay.
Joints were popular and it was red hot. It was really weird.
So the hottest summer on record.
Hottest summer, and they bought joints, a lot of joints. Yeah. Okay. Really weird. Really weird.
This is interesting. Yeah. Is there one part that you find hard to sell? Is there one joint that's more difficult than others that you've got to put specials on? Or
some places, some things sell well, but it just seems like we have, as we go to the next place, that sells, and we very rarely have anything.
Oh right.
Yeah, we very rarely have anything left.
So a bit like supermarkets stock different items in more rural locations than they do in city locations.
Yeah.
You sell different things depending on where
we are. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we do.
So you mentioned earlier about taste.
Yep.
And muscle confirmation.
Yep.
Explain a bit more. What's the kind of difference there?
The lambs we breed aren't bred for muscle confirmation. They're just bred for a soft, tasty meat.
Flavours.
Most farmers now are paid on confirmation, which is muscle, and we don't. We want something that tastes good, you know.
Okay. So the auction, if I go to an auction, the most of the lamb I'm saying going to go through.
The best prices for really good confirmation lambs, really muscly lambs, you know, like your Beltexes and stuff like that. But you know, we're not going that way.
What percentage of what you produce, the animals you produce, do you sell through your
everything?
Right. So
everything.
you don't have to worry about auction.
No. Everything we produce, we sell. Yeah.
So can I ask how many lambs you're selling?
We do about 30 to 40 lambs a week.
Right. Okay.
We supply some shops.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. We supply some shops.
What about mutton? Is there a market for mutton?
We do get asked for it, but we just haven't got time to do anymore.
Right.
That's enough.
I have noticed.
enough.
I have noticed one or two top end chefs.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can pay a lot of money for a plate in a top end restaurant with mutton on.
Yeah, I think so.
It seems to be coming back at the top end.
Yep.
Maybe that'll be on in a year or two.
You never know.
Well, John, I hope we can come and see you through the summer. I know you've been busy lambing. Is it day and night at the minute?
Yeah, no, we've just all the first ones are lambed up now. We've just a few Suffolks lambing now, pure ones, and then they'll drag on for another few weeks, and then we start again in the middle of March, and then that's it right through to the beginning of May. Then.
Okay. Yep. So you've got a big long lambing season.
Yep.
And that then provides you with all the age that you want.
So it does us 12 months of the year. Yep.
Well, maybe we'll come back, I don't know, after lambing's finished and have a wander up that beautiful hill and take in a bit more of this scenery, because I tell you something, it's a beautiful place you have here, John.
Right, Stephen. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Cheers, Pat.
Thanks for that, Stephen and Angela. Anyway, what is your favourite tractor? My favourite tractor at the moment is the Fendt 724. I like the fact you can get in it easily. I think I've mentioned this once before on this channel. You can just jump in and out dead easy. It's just a dead handy size, loads of power for the size of it. Anyway, we'd love to know what your favourite tractor is. So if you've got the time, send us a short video of what your favourite tractor is and why. And what, but if it is your favourite tractor, you've got to give us one fault with it. So like the fault that I'd give this probably is, should have thought about this before I started filming. Maybe that it just had a little bit more power, or it was 65k like some of the bigger Fence, but no, I can't really fault it. So what's your favourite tractor? Send us in some videos. Anyway, that is about all for this week at The Real Countryfile. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, click like, that'd be amazing. And I'll see you all next week.